Mm. Hi guys, this is Dr. Sadasivam once again with you just to share with you the market outlook and happenings for today. Today has been a very bad day, and everywhere there are talks of inflation, and everywhere the central banks are increasing their interest rates, and whenever central banks increase their interest rates they have a huge impact in the equity market, right? We've always seen that, and obviously India is no exception. And we had posted a video on this, the minutes of the MPC meeting by the RBI governor, and even in that we already talked about 50 basis point increase in your repo rates. And today the market opened with such a big gap down, and the Sensex was down by 1500 points. And if you talk about Nifty, even Nifty fell down by 425 points, and 425 points in Nifty is very severe, and not many days does that happen. And if you talk about the intraday trade, 500 points guys between the high and the low. You all remember on 12th of May during the last month it almost touched a level, and today it even went much below that. And after that, little bit of recovery was there, but they were all very minor recoveries. Even if you look at Bank Nifty, it fell by 1100 points. Not just that, your mid cap, your small caps, even in those index there has been a cut of approximately 3 to 4%, and the bazaar was in a very bad mood. You look at IT, media, metals, all 3%, 4% down. There was no green to see, guys. Even IT, because normally it so happens that whenever there is a rupee depreciation, at least IT stocks do well, because they have that export competitiveness, they become competitive, and generally there is a negative correlation. But even that doesn't, even ITA stocks were not spanned. Your Tech Mahindra was selling for 1100 rupees, guys. This was a share which touched 2000 rupees. The only green stocks you can talk about is your Bajaj Auto. I think they had announced some buyback or something like that. Your Adani green. Now look at RBI, guys. RBL Bank, it was down 23%. You're talking about RBL Bank. There was an announcement in the paper today, and market is down 23% because the market hoped, the street hoped that some guy will come from the private sector like ICICI or HDFC, but they brought in that PSU guy, Subramaniam Kumar. But it doesn't mean PSU banks cannot do a good job. He has held very responsible positions, guys. You managed IOB very well, DHFL, but market didn't like, guys. It makes no difference if I like him, but what market likes? Dalal Street, that was the reaction, 23% down. Look at big companies, your Infosys, your Reliance. See, look at Bajaj twins, yeah. Your Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Finserv, IndusInd, Tech Mahindra, 5%. And on top of it, your LIC anchor locking period was getting, and it was under too much pressure, guys. All-time lows. Talking about life insurance corporation, it's a complete wealth destruction. Zindagi ke saath bhi, zindagi ke baad. My God, they had given discounts to retail investors. Total wealth destruction. From the issue price, it's fallen down by 30%, and that to a company like life insurance. What to do? But within the country, there is no problem. But anytime there's a problem outside, we are affected. Look at European markets, deep red. US futures, deep red. And look at Indian rupee, guys, depreciating. The signals are very clear. The FII selling is not going to end, and the story is going to continue. How much can we expect from the domestic market? They have supported the market, as a result of which We have been able to hold on to this level, at least 15,800. Guys, be very careful. If you are a trader, don't be greedy. Have stop losses, hedge your positions properly using options. I'm just telling you what has happened in the market. My advice is anybody who is investing in SIP, please continue investing. There are some positive features also which I should share with you. There are talks between Russia and Ukraine. I think some talks are on. Once again, these can improve the situation, positive things. And once this war comes to an end, we can hope that the markets will revive, right? Because FIA selling also need to end, and the headwinds are there, absolutely. So let us also talk about little bit of macroeconomics in terms of what is happening in India and how is the global market affecting us at a macro level. We will talk about that. Now we will talk about some of the macroeconomic indicators, especially as far as the India is concerned, and we will also touch upon the global macro indicators which have an impact on our economy. I'm not going to talk about which share to buy, which share to sell. We have a lot of headwinds and tailwinds and how each of these will affect our Indian market. But it will not be a detailed video, but I will be touching upon some of those key issues. So whatever news are happening, your currency depreciations, your interest rate appreciations in major central banks, in what sectors, what kind of an effect it will have, we will be talking about that, and I will try to put some detailed videos on each of these sectors. Now generally, if you talk about experts, the general expectations were that during 23 to 24 the NIFTY earnings will be approximately 1,000, because people were very positive. Especially before 10 days, the market was going up, it had a breakout, and today it's fallen down, that's a different thing. But a week back, 10 days back, it was on the verge of breaking out on the upside, and people were very confident about 1,000 rupees of earnings approximately on an average. But for that to happen, we need to ensure 20% corporate earnings. Now we need to see in the changed situation, is that possible and practical? Because today, if you look at it, the wholesale price index WPI is what I'm talking about. It's already crossed 15,000. Your consumer price index is just 7%. So if you look at this gap, the wholesale people, the manufacturers, some of them have pricing powers who can pass on the price increase, and those companies which cannot pass on this prices, who do not have the pricing power, they will suffer lower margins. Because we need to see if those people will be able to still achieve 20%, because all of these things are interconnected. And now if you look at specific sectors, for example, your consumer stable, your consumer discretionary, your industries, your real estate, all these are commodity users, and the input costs are on the increase. The commodity prices, your steel, your cement, needs to be seen if those factors have been considered in the analysis, because I have not been able to get my hand on those detailed statistics, because statistical analysis, all these involves econometric modeling, your regression, your extrapolation, Fibonacci retracement. A lot of things are used in these calculations. Let me talk about certain sectors. For example, like interest rates are increased, people are crying, but there are some sectors which will get benefited out of it. For example, banks. The net interest margins of banks will go up, profitability will improve. Now if you look at the banking sectors, most of the stocks are undervalued. The balance sheets are strong, the NPAs have gone down, the net interest margins are going up, provisional coverage ratio is increasing, capital adequacy increasing. But yes, there are issues, because God doesn't give you all positives. If He gives you 5 positives, He will give you 1 or 2 negatives. Because in this kind of a interest rising regime, it puts enormous margins on some companies, because banks might have lended money to some companies where the upward pressure on interest could reduce their margins and they were unable to pay back the money. So it probably your NPS might increase in such kind of companies. So we have to balance all that. So like the manner in which the market is coming down looks like it's a downward risk. Not just in India, but throughout the world we are talking about. Now, if you talk about downward risks to margins, not just here, all Asia, but one thing we need to understand that in spite of all these problems, if you look at advanced countries, all these companies are doing extremely well. Advanced countries we are talking about. How is it possible? The dollar is appreciating. It's a safe haven currency. I will be putting up a separate video on this. They had expanded the balance sheet from $4 trillion to $9 trillion, guys. US, I'm talking about. That's the reason for this inflation throughout the world. Today, the manner in which the market was coming down, it cut that 16,000 NIFTY like a knife cuts a butter so smoothly. Came down to 16,000, 15,950, 15,900, 15,850, 800, 750. It kissed 15,700 before rising again. Things are not very, what to say, nothing to be happy. People are talking about recession, people talking about interest rate increase. Every meeting the interest rates are increased. Today there is another FOMC and we have been talking about this ghost of stagflation is coming, and it looks like it's already come. But at the same time, there's nothing to be too afraid of. But also remember, there is still a possibility that the market might fall down. Some experts are saying 50,000. Some experts are even saying 14,700. It is necessary. We need to remember that those of you who are investing in SIPs, you need to continue with your SIPs. It doesn't mean that today the market has come down, we will stop our entries. For example, if we are running a shop, someday the shop will give you profit. Sometimes it's a no profit, no loss, and sometimes there will be losses also. But there is no need to shut down the shop. If we open the shutter at 8 o'clock, we have to open the shutter. If we keep sitting till 8 o'clock in the night, we need to sit till 8 o'clock down the shutters and come. The same should hold good for the investment also, because that is what is the investment mantra. We have seen a lot of such things. We have seen dot-com bubble, we have seen Harshad Mehta, we have seen 2003, we have seen 2007, 2008 subprime crisis, we have seen 2014 taper tantrum, we have seen 2020 COVID, first wave, second wave, third wave, Delta, all this. We have seen Russian-Ukraine war. We have seen last month, guys, talking about last month, not long ago, 12th of May, we have seen 15,700. But every time the market falls down, it will go up, guys. Where was it in 1991, 1995? We are talking about 1,000, 1,500 points down. There are countries in the world which have fallen by 40% and 50%. Looking at those, there's a lot of things to be proud of, to be happy about. Very resilient economy today, even today. There is a possibility of things going down. We cannot rule out that possibility. But that does not mean we have to stop our investments. Like a lot of experts have said, if you look at the chart, let me check some charts and let you know. We have done our little bit of analysis. Let me also show you. Now, if you look at it, the last resistance, we have almost come down to the same level where we were during the last year. Approximately it was, somewhere in the range of, we are talking about last year same time, we are talking about 14th of June same time, it was somewhere around this range, which is 15,800. We are talking about NIFTY. If you remember, it started from 14,500 on 5th of May, and in just 1 month the market kept on going up, and in May 15, I think it touched 15,700 from 14,500 to approximately 15,700 and 800, and it spent a lot of time right from July, August, approximately 3 months. It was in the same range, it was passing time. A lot of option sellers made a lot of money, right? And today we've come back to the same position. Is there a possibility of market going down? Of course, yes. We have talked about it. But we have to keep our hopes alive. Nothing in the world keeps on going down. And there will be a time when the market once again will go up. The FIIs will come back with bags and bags of dollars, and they will buy their favorite stocks like HDFC Bank, etc. Just a question of 2 or 3 months. It can happen even early. But we need to keep our faith and then keep moving forward. 70,000 is not far away. 2-3 months ki baat hai. And keep your hopes alive. And this is Dr. Sadasivam signing off till we meet again. Bye bye. Jai.